Yeah, that's how I feel tonight. But I'm here doing practice. Even when you feel, you need to take and find a way to do practice. Practice is all about creating repetition and creating stability within yourself, reinforcing the new habits that you're trying to create. It's not about breaking old habits, but it's about creating new habits. And so that's what we do, and that's why it's called practice, because we're constantly practicing in order to take and build resiliency within ourselves, find a little bit more of that strength within. You know, this is, we've talked about this before. When we started doing these back in March online. So for those of you that tune in on Mondays, I'm going back live in my where I started teaching in NeuroLV, going back on Monday nights. So Sunday nights I'll still be here. Mondays, if you're in Las Vegas, reach out to me, message me. I'd be more than happy to invite you down. We're limiting the amount of people coming at this point in time because we need to maintain social distancing. But I can tell you, to me, it's very important to take and bring this back into NeuroLV. They're an amazing group of people with an amazing group of clients that are just like you and me. They just happen to be dealing with addiction issues. But that's a big thing to remember. They are human, just like you and I. There's no difference. So we're going to move into trauma recovery yoga practice tonight. And with Max teaching it, it's usually a bit slower. It's usually my pace matches me. I'm 55 years old, a little heavier than I should be, a little creakier, and so I move at my own pace, and that's what you need to do if you're practicing with me, is move at your own pace. We constantly say that. This is your yoga, your way. Well, this is my yoga, my way. I just do it with and within the framework and the verified, scientifically proven methods that are trauma recovery yoga. So as we begin our practice, we start like we do with everyone, beginning to practice self-regulation. For me, that's a key point. When I found this, I would say invading, but when I found my outside life, my normal daily life, all of a sudden, these pieces of self-regulation popping up during my daily life, I knew that there was something going on. So we come into an easy seated position, or whatever position you want to sit in. Doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. If you choose to just sit there and breathe tonight, you too are doing yoga. So come into an easy seated position. Begin to notice the ground, feeling literally where you're in contact with the earth, feeling that support, feeling your sit bones grounded, maybe even taking your hand, putting it on the mat, and seeing, feeling, and truly noticing the support that the ground is always there, willing to share with you if you just notice it. The next piece is centering. That's where we practice trying to bring our focus from out here to in here. And the way we do that in trauma recovery yoga is we begin by lifting the pelvic floor as if trying to restrict the flow of urine, and then pulling the belly button into the spine, continuing to breathe, although maybe shallow like my breathing is right now. And you may begin to notice some heat building in your core. You may also notice that you can feel your body becoming aware of that heat that you're building in your core, and you're beginning to think about it. Your awareness is coming down into you. The next piece is the breath. We bring the breath into our practice by noticing, am I breathing in? Am I breathing out? At this point, not controlling, just feeling the air flowing in, the air flowing out. Feeling it maybe cool the tip of your nose, feel it flowing into your lungs, just feeling that air flowing in and flowing out. Next, we're going to release that belly button and move into a 3-part yogic breath. We're going to fill ourselves literally from the bottom to the top. So we begin by inhaling and inflating our belly, big belly. As the air continues to flow in, we feel our lungs expand, our ribs separate, and our shoulders lift. And that last little bit of air flows in and forces our eyes to cool and sparkle. And then exhale, the chin comes down. Then the lungs deflate and the shoulders soften. And finally, the belly comes in. Inhale, big belly. Lungs inflate. Eyes cool and sparkle. Exhale, chin comes down. Shoulders soften. Belly comes in. Inhale, big belly. Shoulders lift. Eyes cool and sparkle. And then exhale, the chin comes down. Shoulders soften. Belly comes in. One more time. Inhale, big belly. Shoulders lift. Eyes cool and sparkle. And then we exhale completely, feeling that chin come down, the lungs deflate, and the belly come in. And we allow the breath to fall back into its natural rhythm, not forcing it, not controlling it, but noticing. Noticing that air flowing in, flowing out. And on the next inhale, we're going to take and bring our right ear to our right shoulder, focusing on bringing your ear to your shoulder, not your shoulder to your ear. Noticing that stretch across the other side of the neck. And then on our next exhale, we allow that chin to come back down towards the chest before inhaling and bringing the left ear to the left shoulder. Continuing to breathe in and breathe out. Feeling that stretch across the top of the other side of the neck. Breathing in. And then as we exhale, we allow the chin to come back down to neutral. And now we're going to move into neck rolls, linking the breath to the movement. So we inhale, bringing the right ear to the right shoulder and back. Exhale to the left and down. Inhale to the right and back. Exhale to the left and down. Inhale as we extend. Exhale as we contract. Inhale up and around. Exhale down to the chin. Inhale to the right and back. And finally, exhale to the left and down. Now we're going to reverse that rotation. by inhaling to the left and back, exhaling to the right and down. Inhaling to the left and back, exhaling to the right and down. Inhaling as we extend, exhaling as we compress. Inhaling, extending, and then finally exhaling, allowing that chin to come down towards the chest. And we're going to bring our gaze back forward, feeling the spine lengthen up, the head and chin come to neutral before raising our right hand up, palm forward, elbow at about a 90-degree angle, shoulder blade still plugged into the socket. Then shifting the gaze and the palm towards each other and looking at that hand, blinking the eyes, wiggling the fingers, allowing the light to flow in and stimulate the happy center in the brain. Then shifting the gaze to the left, we bring the left hand down onto the mat. Watch that hand walk away slowly before shifting the gaze back to the front. Inhale, lift that right hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, come over the top, feeling the stretch on that right and the compression on the left. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring the hands back to the knees. Now we're going to do the same on the other side, bringing that left hand up, keeping the elbow at a roughly 90-degree angle, shoulder blade plugged in, turning the palm and the gaze towards each other, wiggling the fingers, blinking the eyes, allowing the light to flow in and stimulate a little smile that may be creeping into the corners of your mouth before shifting the gaze down to the right, placing the right hand down on the mat, and then watching and seeing that hand slowly walk away, shifting the gaze back forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come over the top, extending on the left, compressing on the right. Feeling that stretch begin to release some of that tension in your sides. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the knees. And now, as we inhale, we're going to sweep both hands up, overhead, interlacing the fingers, but keeping the index fingers pointing up like the pointer on a clock, touching the pads of the thumbs together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tick over 1, 2 numbers on your personal clock. Inhale, extend. Exhale, come down just a little bit more. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, go 1, 2 numbers the other way. Inhale, extend. Exhale, come down just a little bit more before inhaling, coming back up to center. And now we're going to shift our gaze up to that cup in between our hands. And then we're going to inhale and extend as hard and as high as we can up towards the ceiling, feeling our elbows brushing our ears, reaching, yearning, straining before releasing the hands and opening the heart as we begin to feel the weight of the day lift from our shoulders. We're going to bring the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the right hip. Inhale, sit up straight. Exhale, twist at the torso, shifting your gaze out to the right. Inhale, sit up straight, shift the gaze over the shoulder, and then use that front hand to pull yourself around just a little bit more. Then inhale, unwind, and bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the left hip. Inhale, sit up straight. Exhale, twist at the torso and shift the gaze out to the left. Inhale, sit up straight. Exhale, pull yourself around, deepening that twist just ever so slightly. Inhale, unwind. Now we're going to move into downward dog. Downward dog, we come into all fours, hands planted firmly on the mat, Fingers spread wide. We're seeing those hands making contact with the earth. Knees underneath the hips, tops of the feet flat on the feet flat on the mat. We're going to inhale, feel our spine extend. Exhale, look over the right shoulder at the right pinky toe. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look over the left shoulder at the left pinky toe. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look over at that right pinky toe. Inhale back to center. And exhale, look over that left shoulder to the left pinky toe. And then meeting back in center, we're going to move into bird dog. We do that by extending the left leg, tucking the toes, gently bouncing to begin to stretch out those tendons, shifting our weight into our left hand, extending our right hand out to the far side of the room, pulling the belly button in to engage the core, and then lifting that back leg up as we become aware of those little tremors, those little shakes, as we work to keep ourselves balanced. And then lowering back down into tabletop, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Extending the right leg back, tucking the toes, bouncing just a little bit to begin to stretch out that tendon, shifting the weight into the right hand, extending the left hand out, pulling the belly button in to engage the core and lifting that right leg up. Again, noticing those trembles and shakes as our body compensates and keeps us balanced. And exhale, come back down into tabletop, where we're going to tuck our toes and begin to move into our first downward dog of the night. So you can get there however you want to. Tuck my toes, bring my sit bones back towards my heels, and then I think of it as unfolding my legs, pushing my sit bones up towards the ceiling, and bringing my head down between my biceps, bring my head lower than my heart. Feeling the blood flowing easily into my head, maybe noticing my sinuses change a bit as we all struggle with allergy season. We're going to inhale, look forward, and slowly, slowly, slowly walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands up to the crease in the hips, straightening the knees, keeping the head tucked forward, slowly rising up, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other, slowly, 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 slowly. Before we get to the top, rolling the shoulders back, palms open to the front, head up, gaze forward, heart open to the wide world as we feel more of that weight slide off our shoulders and just tumble away. Inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank, lower down, low push-up. Turn the feet over as we push up into upward dog. Tuck the toes, pushing back into downward dog. And now we begin the next practice, the practice of converting or beginning a new habit of positivity in our conversations with ourselves. And we do this by beginning with, I am amazing. I am doing good things. I am valued. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Exhale, swing it forward between your hands. Again, not worrying about how graceful you are to get there. And then rising up, bringing that back foot parallel across the back of the mat. Rising up into warrior two. Front knee over that front ankle, back foot across the mat, shoulders centered over your hips, arms out in a level plane, gaze out over that front hand. Before we turn that front hand over and we reach it up towards the ceiling, allowing that back hand to run down the back side of the back leg, feeling that stretch on the inside of the inner thigh. Before rising back up into Warrior Two, straightening the front leg, tipping the pelvis back, and this time we're allowing ourselves to fall over that front leg, bringing the back arm up towards the ceiling, running that front hand down the inside of that front leg. Feeling the stretch on the inside of that front leg this time. Before rising back up into Warrior Two, windmilling the hands down, stepping back and pushing right back up into Downward Dog. Continuing that positive conversation with yourself. I am fighting through these allergies. I am pushing through. I am worthy. Inhale, bring the left leg up. Exhale, swing it forward. Again, notice this isn't about fluidity and grace. This is about real people doing yoga. Back foot across the back of the mat, back leg straight, front knee over the front ankle, arms extended, front and back, in a level plane, gaze out over the front arms. And then we're going to turn that front hand over, bring it up towards the ceiling, bring that back hand down the back side of the back leg, feeling that stretch, feeling that tug on the inside of that back thigh. Inhale back up to center, straighten that front leg out, tip the pelvis back, and allow yourself to fall over that front leg. Bring that back hand up towards the ceiling, feeling the stretch on the inside of that inner thigh. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, windmill the hands down, step back, pushing back into Downward Dog. I am claiming my place in the yoga world. I am never going to look like one of those people in the yogurt commercials. I am happy being me. Inhale, look forward, hop, walk, or jump. For me, that's always walk. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. We're going to inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank, lower down, low push-up. Turn the feet over, pushing up into Upward Dog, tucking the toes, pushing back into Downward Dog, and continuing that positive conversation. I am worthy. I am doing what's good for me. I am okay. Inhale, bring that right leg up. Exhale, sweep it forward, lowering down into a low lunge. Knowing that you can stay in a lunge, you can come back to kneeling, or you can do like I'm going to do today. Sitting back, bring your sit bones back to your heels, and taking the pressure off of my knees. Because again, this is your yoga, your way, my yoga, my way. That's the beauty of Try, that this is all about doing what's right for you when it's right to do it. There's no right way, there's no wrong way, there's just your way. And then as we're sitting here, spine erect, shoulders back, we inhale, sweep the hands up overhead, and we shift the gaze up between those hands. We see a beautiful balloon in our favorite color. And onto that balloon, We're going to write down all of the garbage that other people have been telling us about why we can't do something. We're writing it all down there. And next, we're going to turn it around, and on the other side, we're going to write down all of the garbage that we tell ourselves about why we can't do something. Something that we know we want to do, something we know that's good for us. We're writing it all down, and then we're lifting that balloon up, 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 and then we release it. And we see that balloon floating higher and higher and higher. And we can feel it tugging out all of those negative things that no longer serve us and taking them away, away, away. Inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, pushing right back up into downward dog. I am capable. I am available. I am powerful. Inhale, bring that left leg up. Exhale, swing it forward as gracefully or as awkwardly as you want to, or you need to. You can stay here in low lunge or coming back like me again into a hero's pose, taking the pressure off my knees, maybe stretching my feet out a bit, whatever works for you. If you're into stretching your feet out, you can always go into a true hero's pose, tucking your toes and coming back onto your heels. I don't recommend that though. It can be quite painful. I do it sometimes just when I need to remind myself that, yeah, I can do it, but I don't like doing it. And it's okay to acknowledge, I don't like doing that. Sometimes you know that even though you don't like doing something, you need to do it. And there's other times you can just say, you know what, I just don't like that and I'm not going to do it. And that's okay. So again, we're squaring our shoulders up, spine erect. Inhale, bring the hands up overhead. And then as we shift the gaze up between the hands, we see a little brown paper bag turned into a sky lantern with a flickering candle in the bottom. And into that sky lantern, we're going to put all of our anxiety, all of our angst, all of our concerns and worries about what other people say or think. We're putting that all in there, and we're lifting it up, and we're letting it go. And watching it float up and up, being caught by the breeze, and realizing that it's all okay. We're okay. I'm okay. You're okay. Inhale, bring the hands back overhead. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, pushing right back up into downward dog. Continuing that conversation. Maybe it is just, I'm okay. Or maybe it's, I'm more than okay. Or some days it may be, I'm not okay, but that's okay too. Inhale, look forward, hop, walker, jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Lower down, low push up. Turn the feet over, pushing up into upward dog, tucking the toes, pushing back into downward dog. Continuing, I am powerful. I am more than most people see. I am okay. Now we're going to take and step through into an easy seated position, or again, whatever position works for you. Immediately bringing the bottom of our feet together as we get ready to open up our hips and let go of some of that tension we've been storing down there. We do that by bringing our feet together Knees can be up, knees can be down, feet can be out, feet can be in, whatever works for you. Remember, this is about you. This isn't about what somebody else sees or thinks. This is about you and about you being true to you. I know some people that in this position can forward fold and bang their forehead on the ground. I don't got to worry about giving myself a concussion because it ain't never going to come near the ground. But that's okay. That's me. Whatever works for me is me. Whatever works for you is you. So then, sitting here, I usually hold onto my ankles, my spine straightening out, chin neutral. I focus on hinging at the hips and allowing my body, like there's a hinge there, to fold over my legs and feet. Feeling my hips begin to open and releasing and letting go of some of that tension and strain that I've been holding on to all day long. Inhale, feel yourself pulled a little bit farther across the room. Exhale, sink just a wee bit more. Feeling then, maybe if you're lucky, that tension in your lower back release and let go of even more of the garbage you've been piling onto yourself. Inhale, slowly come up. We're going to move into our first of 3 boat poses. We do that by bringing the knees up, feet onto the mat. Me, I had to wiggle and get my belly tucked back in. It's okay to hold on to the backs of your legs. It's okay to lean back on your hands. It's okay to do whatever you want. What we're doing, though, is looking for a balance point on our sit bone. So we lean back, shoulders back, chest out, and pull our belly button in as we lift one, maybe both feet. And as we move into this balance pose, we begin to notice the tremble, notice the shake. Right ankle over left, deflate, deflate. Inhale, lift the seat. Exhale, come right back up into our second boat pose. Now we're really feeling that tremble, feeling that shake as our mind and our body work together to chase the fear of failure away. Left ankle over right. Deflate, deflate. Inhale, lift the seat. Exhale, set it down and come into our third and final boat pose, making this the best one ever. Embracing that tremble, embracing that shake, knowing that it is us conquering our own fear, feeling it, embracing it, letting it go. Right ankle over left. Deflate, deflate. Inhale, lift the seat. Exhale, set it back down. Before rolling over our front legs, planting our hands and extending back into a high plank pose, knowing it's okay to bring your knees down. It's okay to do whatever you want. What we're doing here is we're looking for that tremble again as we allow the ankles to fall over to one side, reaching the left hand up towards the ceiling in a side plank. Maybe if you're lucky, feeling that tremble, feeling that shake. Coming back down and immediately moving into a side plank on the other side. Again, feeling your body and your mind working together to chase fear out. Exhale, come back down. Lower down onto your forearms. Bring your knees down, your belly, separating your arms, bringing one ear to the mat, turning the feet over, and allowing yourself to begin to slow down just enough that you begin to notice your heart beating. Maybe you're noticing it for the very first time today. Feeling that heart beating and recognizing that that heart is beating out pure, unconditional love, pushing it to the top of your head and filling you down to the bottoms of your toes. Inhale, bring the head up. Bring the other ear to the mat. As you continue to notice that love filling you up and it beginning to radiate out in concentric circles, reaching out, 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 embracing your household, your neighborhood, your community in pure, unconditional love. Inhale, bring the hands down on either side of the chest. And then we're going to lift up into tabletop just long enough to bring the big toes together, knees to the outside edge of the mat. Bring the sit bones back to the heels. And then we move into child's pose. I do this by stacking one hand on top of the other, creating my own little column, my own column and conduit, bringing the center of my forehead into contact with the top of my column. This gentle pressure sends a signal to the pineal gland that you're safe and it's okay to begin to slow down. It also creates contact and connection between the earth and that third eye or think center. And I invite you to envision like I am. A whirlpool swirling around in that frontal part of your brain, picking up the last little vestiges of all of that stuff that no longer serves you, and then watching it drain off down through your personal conduit, down into the earth, towards absorbed and taken away. Keeping your head bowed down, gently shift your palms flat to the mat, elbows still down on the mat, and then begin to push your hands, walk them back slowly, keeping your head tucked. Your elbows come up, your hands come closer and closer and closer till you rotate your shoulders back, your head up, blink the eyes open, and feel the weight of the world just disappear. The last of the baggage you've been carrying around all day just slides off and down and rolls away. And we're going to take and move onto our back. I do it by shifting over to the left, swinging my legs around forward, planting my feet on the mat, knees up, allowing myself to roll down onto the mat. We're going to take in very briefly, I tuck my fist behind my pelvis to tilt it slightly. Most people don't need to. I'm pretty tight still. So then I bring my knees into my chest and extend my feet up towards the ceiling and legs up the wall. Feeling that blood rushing down through your legs, back into your torso to be revitalized, rejuvenated, reinvigorated. Bring the knees in towards the chest again. Bring the feet down to the mat. Arms out to the side in T formation or cactus, whatever works for you. Walk the feet slowly out to the edge of the mat. We're going to windshield wiper the legs, linking one more time the movement to the breath. So as we exhale, we allow them to fall over to the right. Inhale them slowly, slowly back up. Exhale, they fall slowly, slowly, slowly to the left. Inhale, slowly, slowly, slowly back up. Exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly to the right. Inhale them back up. Exhale them to fall to the left. Inhale back up. One more cycle as they exhale to the right. Inhale back up. Exhale to the left. And inhale back up. As we then move into our final pose of the night, Shavasana, our guided meditation. You can do it however you want, on your side, on your belly, sitting up, whatever works. Traditionally, you're lying flat on your back, legs extended out, feet slightly apart, maybe a foot, foot and a half apart. Allow the feet to splay open to relieve the pressure on your hip joints. Arms down to the side, slightly separated, whatever works for you. Palms can be up, palms can be down. The important part is you're just working at releasing and allowing all of your muscles to just release. And as they release, you feel yourself just sinking into the mat. You feel your forehead smoothing out, your eyebrows drifting further apart, your eyes sinking down into their sockets, your jaw falling slack, teeth slightly separated, lips gently together. Your tongue falls heavily against the back of your teeth. You feel your shoulders just sliding down and melting into the mat. Your hands just relax and release anything they're still trying to hold on to. You feel your hips just opening up and letting that tension that you've been storing there just float away. As you feel your heels sinking deeper into the mat, you begin to notice a beam of light shining down. This beam of light's in your favorite color, and it's shining down onto your forehead, penetrating, piercing, filling you from the forehead down. It's slowly filling you with that beautiful light. That light pushes in, illuminating all of the dark places in your brain. That light continues to flow in on its journey and mission to fill you up, flowing down through your jaw into your neck. You feel that light flowing into your shoulders and shooting out towards the hands, and then bouncing back, leaving your arms and fingers and hands just fully engorged with light. That light continues to flow down through your chest, embracing your heart in warmth, comfort, and love. As that light continues to fill, pushing down through your torso, through your pelvis, you feel your thighs begin to tingle as the light floods in and energizes them. As that light flows down through your calves, it begins to fill the last little bit of you, your feet. You feel it pushing out the last little bit of trash that you've been storing within you, leaving you light, free, and at ease. And as we lie here in this state of ease, I invite you to hear these words and say them silently to yourself. May I be healthy. May I be secure. May I be safe. May my family be healthy. May my family be secure. May my family be safe. May my community be healthy. May my community be secure. May my community be safe. May the whole wide world find security, health, and safety. May we all be at ease. Begin to invite conscious movement back into your body. Maybe at first just wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, rotating your wrists, rotating your ankles, bringing your hands into your chest before extending your arms up towards the ceiling, fingers spread, reaching, yearning, straining for the ceiling, for the sky, pulling your knees into your chest, wrapping yourself in a luscious, well-deserved hug. I invite you to rock gently from side to side, showing that little spot in the base of your spine some love for releasing all of the tension it had held all day long, before allowing yourself to roll over onto your side, whichever side works for you, pillowing your head on your lower bicep, upper hand coming into contact with the earth, lying here in this fetal position, feeling once more that support that the earth is always waiting there to gift you. Keeping your eyes closed to hold on to this sense of ease you worked so hard to gift yourself. Use that upper hand to push yourself up into seated position. I invite you to join me by bringing your hands together at heart center. Thumbs pressed gently into the sternum, allowing the head to bow down to the ultimate ruler, the heart. I ask you to hear these words and know them to be as true about you as they are about me. I am whole. I am worthy of giving and receiving love. I am complete. This beautiful light that shines within my heart sees, recognizes, and acknowledges that same light within each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing practice with me today. Namaste. So nice to see you here today, Christy. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you all have a great evening. And again, won't be there tomorrow. I won't be here online tomorrow. I'm going to be teaching in person at Endure LV. If anybody would like to join me, just message me and I'll tell you how to get there. It's at 6 p.m. It's over near Sunset Park. Thank you again, and all have a great evening.